What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you NFL discussion video on Davante Adams and the Packers. Maybe a potential reunion comes in 2025. Let's discuss it, guys. But before we get into it, Packers fans, or just NFL fans in general, let me know if the Packers should want Davante Adams back. He requested a trade. And for me personally, as a non-Packers fan, it makes sense for him to come back. He should know the system. Familiar place, obviously played there, was great there a long time. And no receiver has stepped up in his absence. You have good guys, Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, but Watson, who's hurt. But you don't really have anyone that's a true number one wide receiver. And I did a video addressing that just last week. To me, it makes sense. It might not happen, but it makes sense. I did an early prediction video. If the Dolphins do actually trade Tyreek Hill, I think the Packers will be a great fit. You could bring in Tyreek Hill, trade for him, probably a third-ish round pick, somewhere around there, take on that salary, and then probably drop Christian Watson, trade or release him because, as I said before, he's a good wide receiver, super uber talented guy. I've been saying that since his rookie year, but he always is injured, always banged up. Even if he's not injured and misses a game, he'll leave a game early all the time. So but getting back on topic, Davante Adams was with Kate Adams. I seen the clip floating around on social media, and he said a professional answer, about we'll see, and he's open to it and stuff like that. And it does make sense, and it also fits the mold of what Davante Adams normally does. He plays with quarterbacks you already know. And I know at the time when he left Green Bay, Love wasn't the starter, So it does, but he did play with him in practice. I'm sure a little bit here and there, and he did throw him the ball some. So I'm sure there's a little bit of familiarity with Jordan Love. And as we see, Davante Adams does not want to play with quarterbacks he never played with before, because that to me is the main limiting factor of how he's wasted the last 3 years of his career. And every time he's been on the trade market or the free agent market, which only I think once maybe free agency market, but trade market twice now, going to the Raiders. Yeah, just twice, no free agency market. Going to the Raiders once, then going to the Jets. I've said both times, both destinations that he's going to go to, neither one are the best spot. For the Raiders back then, I don't remember what spot I had him going to, but I know for a fact this past offseason, I had him going to the Commanders. I thought it made a lot of sense. And I was a big believer as a Falcons fan. I was a huge believer in the Commanders and Cliff Kingsbury's system. Not even Jaden Daniels first. I thought he'll be competent, but I think he'll be this good. But I did a video before the season even started saying a hot take video that the Commanders would be my favorite from the NFC East. That didn't work out, but they were good and they made the playoffs. So I did think Adams to the Commanders made a lot of sense. It still does now. Adding him with Terry McLaurin makes a lot of sense. I think, I don't know if Commanders want two veteran wide receivers, both on not their last legs, but they're getting older. Because McLaurin is on his last year of his deal next year, and he's about 30, 31. Adams already is 32, so I don't know if that's the greatest fit there. They might want to go younger now, but I just been saying for a while, like Adams to me he picks wrong. You're picking off of familiarity, which is cool, but sometimes you gotta go different. You gotta go expand your horizons. And following Carr to the Raiders to me at the time kind of made sense. Carr coming off a good year back then, and met the missing piece of Adams. It didn't pan out clearly. Carr was gone, and he only played 1 year with Adams. He was shipped off to the New Orleans Saints. Then you force your way to New York with Aaron Rodgers, and that was a disaster. So it's like, does he go back to Green Bay? Does he follow Rodgers to wherever Rodgers may go? Cleveland Browns, Titans, the list may go on. And we'll see where that happens if he even plays next year. So I'm curious to see what happens. Davante Adams, heck of a talent still. I still think he has some juice left, but I want to see where he goes. And the Bengals on a cheaper deal, if they lose T Higgins, which is most likely option, and he gets released from the Jets, him and Jamar in Cincinnati makes sense. As I said, doing this type of this video, him and the Packers makes sense. It'll put everybody in their original or in their supposed roles. Him going back to Green Bay, let's say 2-year deal. I don't think anyone trades for that contract for him in New York, his current contract. I think he will have to get released probably, maybe. That's my thinking. So him going back to Green Bay, that moves Dobbs to number 2 wide receiver, which is perfect. That moves Reed to the number 3 guy, but he's a high end 3, low end or a medium number 2 receiver, but he'll be moved to the 3. Watson will probably be gone, or he'll be a gadget 4th guy. Then you have Wicks and so on and so forth. So that some guys will lose playing time, but injuries happen, so you will still keep Wicks, you will still keep Watson. In my opinion, you would just have a good rotation, and a deep receiving core is great. Guys get injured, guys get banged up, guys need to rest. So why not keep Watson, Wicks, and those guys, and just have a deep roster. Everyone's still young, everyone will get their appropriate playing time. And most players, especially Adams, he won't be a workhorse like, oh yeah, he got to play every down. There's a lot of platoon system going on in today's NFL. A lot of rest, a lot of groupings. Take guys out for these plays, bring some guys in. So if you bring in Adams and you keep everyone else, it makes sense. It makes sense. So but Packers fan in the comment section down below, and I said NFL fans in general, would you want to see Adams back with the Packers? Me personally, I guess. I don't know where else he goes. I don't know where else he goes, man. Jacksonville, to pair with Brian Thomas. Give Trevor Lawrence another weapon. Maybe. I'm trying to think off my head real quick. I don't really know. Chargers, him and Lat McConkey makes sense. And move Quentin Johnston to the number 3 guy. They lose Palmer for agency. They bring in Adams. Not bad. Not bad at all. So there's some landing spots for him. But like I said, we got to first see what happens with Aaron Rodgers, because the rumor is that him and Rodgers are maybe a package deal. I don't know why. I don't know why he would continue to follow Rodgers after the season they just had, but loyalty, I guess, or just familiarity to him means a lot. So we'll definitely see. We'll see if he's tied to Rodgers' hip, not in a bad way, not in a dissing way, but just realistic. We'll see if he follows Rodgers, or if Rodgers returns or not. He still might just move on somewhere else, because I don't think him staying with the Jets is a real possibility. I think Garrett Wilson wants to be the number 1 guy, and it's rightfully so. I've gotten to respectful battles online about Garrett Wilson being the number 1 or not. Some Jets fans think he's not a true number 1. I think so, but Adams, coming in, and Rodgers kind of favoring him, kind of sort of, but not really, because the numbers didn't really drop that much for Wilson. Just the chemistry wasn't there. I think the chemistry moved to me trying to force feed Adams at certain points, rather than just going to the best option that was available. But Garrett Wilson still got the ball a lot with Adams when he was around with the Jets. So it's not. It's just a chemistry thing, for me, because the numbers didn't drop that much. I think he was averaging or getting about 12 targets before Adams. He got around like 9 or 10 per game with Adams. So but they were trailing a lot, and it's weird. But I just think that him and the Adams thing didn't quite work out. And the rumor is now that Wilson wants at least Rodgers gone for him not to do a trade request. So as I said, if Rodgers goes, maybe Adams goes too. Adams and Lazard goes with him. So we'll see what happens there, guys. But that's it for the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know where Davante Adams will go in 2025. Will he be going with Rodgers wherever he goes, or will he be, kind of be his own man and go somewhere else without a quarterback he's already known. So it'll be cool to see that happen. I think he should open up his horizons, open up his options, and go somewhere else that he's not familiar with as far as the quarterback play there. Don't follow Carr. Don't follow Rodgers. Don't go back to the Packers if you don't want to. Go somewhere your last couple years, or be a mercenary. Move around last couple years and just go team to team and find the best one for you. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.